to episode 66 of the Current Backloggers. The date is May 19th. I am your host, KCP, along with my good friend and co-host, Cody G. Cody, how are we today?
I'm great.
Today we'll be talking, as always, about the current climate and social issues.
It is warm outside right now.
Yeah, and it's only expected to get worse with the greenhouse gases and emission. But let's first start with the biggest news of the day, and that is that Demi Lovato came out as non-binary, and her pronouns are now they and them, and I'm very proud of her.
Whoa, you just said her pronouns are they and them, and I'm very proud of her. I'm just so happy she... See, but even if you were like, I'm so proud of they. Good job, them.
Trying to do is the worst part.
I'm just so proud of her.
I was keeping that fucking NPR going as long as I could, too, as long as I've done it. And then you said that, and I just lost it.
I'm so proud of they. Could you imagine, like, interviews now, like, or people talking about this seriously? Them. Them's new song. She made music since the whole... I feel like she was it Disney?
Yeah.
And then music, and then after all she was known about was, like, drug use, anxiety, depression. Was it gay? What was it a few months ago that she came out as or something?
I'm not sure.
There was another big news, like, then remember the thing where she's, like, the fat shaming? Well, the store offered sugar-free.
Yeah.
Did you know how excited I get when I see that stuff at stores now?
Oh, I thought you meant the news of her being non-binary. Because I was excited, too. I'm proud of her.
Oh. You're just fucking dead-naming them. You know
it's
that...
almost like this is a bit that we're doing, but this is dead serious. I just keep doing it naturally.
It also is very clear, and you understand exactly what you're talking about, and you definitely know it's one person when you say them and they. It's definitely not plural. It's very cut and dry, to the point, and you understand. And it's definitely, her career for the last 10 years has definitely not been whatever the hot thing is at the moment, and making everything about herself and staying relevant by being cancer on society. Not at all. I lost it. I really disliked her. I refused to listen to the Joe Rogan episode. But when she said, when they were like, yeah, DMX is brain dead. And she's like, that could have been me. What? Yeah, that could have been anybody doing drugs. What do you mean? That could have been me. Oh no, like I would have lost. I would have been fine losing 30 Demi Lovatos before we lost DMX. I would have been okay with the Demi Lovato holocaust if we could have kept DMX. And DMX really wasn't doing much. He was doing like movies with Steven Seagal and okay music. And he was still way more important to society. Some of the greatest rap albums. I loved him. And yeah,
Some of the kids do.
Yeah. Also, yeah, he died too.
I was just doing it for DMX, but he died too.
Yeah. What's weird is I just saw him on Facebook. I almost bought one of his.
He was online?
Huh?
He was online, you mean?
Yeah, he's pretty active on Facebook, trolling.
Wait, who is?
What are you talking about?
They're talking about dead people. That's
Dead
why.
people?
Who are you talking about?
He just died?
Yeah.
Are you messing with me?
Well, you said he's active on Facebook.
Yeah, DMX. He's been posting.
Oh, so somebody has an account
from heaven. Oh gosh, this was on my Facebook. That was right as I opened it.
God.
That's a good photo to open up to. Sorry, what were you saying, bud?
I don't know, but I can segue us with my ridiculous NPR intro. There's something about this episode that is important. It's episode 67. So if you flip one of those numbers around, we're at episode 69 before we actually get there. And you celebrate 2 times.
No, that's not how it works. It's a completely different number.
No, I know. That's why we're not having like a full-on celebration, but I think it's a good, a good, uh, a good intro for it. You know? Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up to, buddy?
Um, trying to here recently I've been like practicing and trying to figure out how exactly to keep my career relevant by
You just gonna come back to her?
choosing any
Yeah.
sort of You did it again, bud.
I corrected myself though. I'm learning. You know?
Yeah, you're learning, you know. I just somehow, some way, just holding on to my Disney career by choosing whatever is relevant and attacking. I mean, during COVID, small family businesses are doing really well. They're really holding on, super strong, and probably the busiest they've ever been. And so I'm just helping them out by going into their businesses, tagging their businesses, and trying to start a hate campaign against this family-owned business just to help them out, you know?
You personally?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Also, I'm just trying to figure out whatever's like big on Twitter. That's what I'm doing. Do you know that one guy that died? That could have been me. I could have died as well.
Before Trevor or somebody else comments, I don't disagree with you at all that she tries to stay relevant and does that shit, but she's had some massive songs lately as well. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
See, I'm
I
really
dislike
proud
a
of.
lot of it, but
Oh, okay. I'm really proud that I didn't know that.
I just thought I'd let you know. But she also definitely does that stuff.
She also definitely doesn't drastically cut her hair to make statements either. Oh, I
it's
remember
not
a few months ago what her announcement was. She is they is I'm not even using that. That's just so stupid. What is it called where you're like you're not bisexual, but you sleep with guys and girls. You don't see genders, but what you see is love.
Is that one? It's offensive, but I had to ask this. I know. Is that pansexual or is that asexual?
Pansexual.
Okay.
Asexual means you don't
Oh, okay.
you have no sexual attraction. I was listening to an interview with an asexual person. That's weird, because she was like, I don't like sex, but she was married. So like, well, do you have sex with your husband? She's like, yeah, I do it for him, but I'm just not interested. That's a weird one. But yeah, she's pansexual, which is the most ridiculous of all of them, because they have to be different from bisexual, because they don't see them sexually. I see them different. Okay, I see them as individuals. So self-righteous. It's not smug at all. It's actually they're also not narcissists at all. They're just really kind-hearted people, just trying to live in society. I mean, when them and all these corporations and their corporations, they're the resistance right now. It's really difficult when you have Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Sony and all these companies behind you. It's really hard. It's really hard to find any sort of acceptance where you're accepted by the majority of people and we don't give a fuck and just shut the hell up. It's really hard.
So, besides tagging local businesses and vandalism, what have you been up to?
Nothing, just work, man.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nothing about your deck or anything you want to tell us about?
No.
Nothing with your garden or lack thereof?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So much of it is dying and not growing. There's a huge portion that just literally hasn't grown. I go look at my dad's garden and they're like this fucking tall, and my shit still looks like what his stuff probably looked like in April.
Have you ever thought about whatever the biggest plant is, say it's like a flower this high, putting beets on top of it and then playing Octopus's Garden and see if it just, the magic of the beetles makes it spring to life?
I'll give that a try. I'll try that out. But a zucchini is my biggest one right now.
Like the zucchini fest in Obetz.
Yep. That's what I'm growing them for. Is for so I can go see who the fuck was at Zucchini Fest? Who was the headliner?
You mean when we were trying to go?
Yeah.
Shit.
It was the Rock of Love, that guy. Traparaka guy. Brett Michaels?
He was there. That's not who we went for. But,
Oh, okay.
oh my God. I'm blanking. I can't remember.
But yeah, Brett Michaels was the headliner at Zucchini Fest.
They announced it's coming back this year, buddy.
Really?
Yep.
I love zucchini, so I would be all about that.
I'd be all about except the zucchini, ironically.
Okay, we might have to figure something out. Renee
Yeah,
loves
free.
zucchini too, so.
It's free. You get to go to the fortress and relive the memories of the machine.
Did you see all of the crew stuff on the highways? On the bridges?
No.
Somebody's like putting up signs. It's like, I will never forget the crew or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We missed. Well, probably didn't go on those parts of the highway. You heard that the team name's back though, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they met with the Nordeck, which is a supporters section. They have like the top, they're like the leaders of it.
That's where we sat that time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Those guys were crazy.
Yeah.
The drumming and...
The ownership met with them, and they said that they wanted to be productive and proactive. And I was like, this is definitely code for being like, because you've seen all the outrage about it. This is definitely code for being like, hey, we're keeping everything the same, but we hope you guys stick on board. So I did not expect any outcome, like positive outcome from it.
Mm-hmm.
But not only did they change from the Columbus SC, which is a fucking atrocious name, they went back to Columbus Crew and dropped SC altogether, even though they were used to be called Columbus Crew SC.
Nice.
And then they were going to change to Columbus SC. And they didn't just go back to Crew, they just dropped SC altogether.
Good. Get that European bullshit out of here.
Exactly. And the logo, I like the one that was the current one you knew, the circle one. I like that more. But they did stick with the new logos, which I would prefer the other one. But the team name was definitely the bigger thing for me. And then they did also make an addition to the new logo. Instead of having that fucking stupid white triangle in the corner for no reason, they put a 96 there because that was the year the Crew came here. So I was like, that's an improvement. And then instead of the SC at the bottom, it says Crew.
Nice.
So not perfect, but like I said, expecting no actual change and getting that. A lot of Crew fans are, well, the majority of like real Crew fans seem okay with it, but a lot of people that kind of in the middle are still complaining about it. I'm like, I don't know. This is a corporation that decided this, so the fact that they changed it after having a meeting with fans is more than you'll get with almost any top tier thing like that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after one meeting, not like it went on for years and years. They changed that like 2 weeks ago, and you can make the argument, yeah, they made it 2 weeks ago, so they wasn't much damage control, but they've already made a ton of merchandise for it. They put, I don't know if you saw it, COSI and the big Columbus sign downtown and a few other ones. Anywhere there's a massive sign with a C on it, they replaced it with the giant new logo. And so they definitely, it wasn't just like they made that announcement and drew up a graphic design. They obviously were deep into the planning of it and the marketing of it. So the fact that they made any change like that, I think is pretty fucking awesome.
You know why?
Why is that?
They're under that great leadership of the Haslams. They presented themselves and shown their worth in Cleveland, and like a way to come down to Columbus and do the same.
You know, that's actually I think the reason I was worried that the logo and team name was changing because of them. I was like, did they not get what this means for Columbus? I feel like anybody that is from Columbus understands that, so I feel like they probably misunderstood that, but hopefully that's what that meeting was about and they recognize that.
I mean, I feel like everyone still would call them the Crew too. That's what everyone knows it as.
They would. I just, for one, I think Columbus SC is the most boring fucking name in the world, and they would
Yeah,
call
leave that
them,
shit to Cincinnati, bro.
Yeah. They would call them that, but eventually, if it really sticks around for people, as long as people expect, people naturally, if you just see marketing of Columbus SC and see that all over the stadium, then eventually people are just going to start forgetting Crew. As the older people get older and sadly die off, then I know it's a dark way to think about it, but I mean, if it's really sticking around that long, eventually kids are just going to know it as Columbus SC or would have known it as that. So I'm happy.
Me too.
I said not perfect, but I didn't expect anything, so it's hard for me to complain. Anything else random you want to talk about?
No.
I feel like I wanted to ask you something, but I'm blanking. So maybe I'll get back to that in the middle of this. I haven't been up to a whole lot either. I've been working some overtime. And then I also did another Uber Eats. I talked about on the most recent episode of Bro Hawks, our sports podcast on this very channel.
I didn't know this got posted.
Yeah, a few days ago. I did it late, unfortunately, again. So actually we talked about the crew logo. And I was like, I think this meeting, I hope there's going to be change, but I really don't think so. And by the time I post it, they already announced the change. And I was like, well, guess I should get these episodes up a little faster. But I was talking about doing Uber Eats again. And I was like, I had something interesting happen and I can't remember, so I didn't talk about it. And I said something crazy, and Derek was like, you already have a crazy story? And I feel like his mind went to, like, seeing somebody naked or, like, a huge fight or something.
Yeah, because your brother delivers pizzas, and he's got a great collection of stories, too.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe my wording made him, I think maybe it was my fault because it wasn't anything like that. It was, I was driving through the Walmart parking lot on my way to get food at somewhere, and the man with the golden voice was there doing an interview with random shoppers coming out of the...
Really?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I see him everywhere now. It's weird.
It's great.
So, not anything crazy in the sense of probably what I made it seem like. I just knew there was something interesting that I didn't expect to see while I was doing Uber Eats. There was, I guess I could tell one quick story. So, I mostly try and stay in decent areas, especially at nighttime, because a lot of times I'll deliver around Easton, which that usually takes you around Gahanna, Westerville, the Easton area, so most of that's okay.
Cleveland Avenue.
I was going to say, I think I can get to that, or like the Clown Cone area.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't realize one of the ones I accepted. It'll show you a general guideline where you're going. And most of them I recognize just from being around here so much. But I was like, I'm not sure. And I clicked it, and I was like, oh, shit, that's right by Clown Cone. So I went there.
The restaurant was?
No, the house was. The restaurant was, can't remember. It was right around Easton. I can't remember which one. But I picked it up. I delivered it to them. I opened the door. And as I opened it, there's a giant weave on the ground.
Weave?
Like, yeah. Are you shitting me?
Tumbleweave.
This is unbelievable. And I've done over 20 deliveries so far. And that was the only one I didn't get a tip on as well. There's only one order that I didn't get a tip on. That was it.
You didn't get a tip on that one. Did you get any money for that one?
Yeah, I used to get paid a small amount, but
It's not worth your time, probably.
no. No, I just couldn't believe that's the one that didn't get tipped. And I
That's
opened the
great.
door to the weave. It was pretty funny walking up there though. There was it was a black mom and I think her daughter, and the mom didn't seem very pleased. She wasn't rude, but she was kind of just like seemed short and like try to take it. And in the middle of that interaction, the little girl's like, "This is my basketball," to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, is that your basketball?" "Yeah, it's just." And the mom was trying to talk. "Yeah, it's just my basketball, and sometimes I play basketball with it." And
Nice.
she was probably like 4 years old, so it's kind of like the English was there, but it was like obviously just like the most finite amount.
So cute.
Yeah, this is great mixed with where I am in this weave, and eventually knowing it wasn't getting a tip, but
I don't know how you do that to somebody, not give them a tip. You're fucking ordering food, and if you can't tip, don't order fucking food. Don't go to a restaurant.
yeah.
Like, that's mind-blowing that you think that's okay. That's socially normal. So here's something that's been going on. You want a little story?
Yeah.
So on the Mullet Facebook group I'm part of, been part of for a little bit of time now, maybe a little bit over a year ago, maybe not even that long ago, maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, this like 15-year-old kid would post his music in there, and it was a country singer, and it was a pretty good, decent. I think he was like posting videos then. I can't remember what it was exactly, but I remember seeing his posts, and I don't know if people were encouraging him or what, but he's like, I tried out for American Idol. And we're like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Everyone's like, good for you, man. And then he's like, I'm going to Hollywood. I can't talk about it anymore, but I got on to the show. And everyone's like, oh, dude, fucking sick. Cool shit. And I forgot all about him. And then, because he couldn't talk anymore in there. And once you're on one of those shows, that show has such dumb following. Those people that probably were attacking his Facebook and stuff. So, he's like in the finals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's about to win. And he's like the final four maybe. And people are like, dude, this guy's getting really high. Somebody found a video from him when he was 12 years old where him and his friends had just watched a scary movie. And the scary movie, I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm guessing it was that Neighbors one or whatever where they wear masks over their bags over their heads.
Strangers?
Strangers, is that what it is? Where they wear bags over their heads?
So.
Maybe that's what they were watching. So him and his friend made a Snapchat video of him. It was a fucking 3-second video, I believe. 3-second video with a bag over his head. And, I mean, you're 12 years old. I'm sure you fucking know what KKK is or whatever. But he left too much of a point in the hat. So people went nuts and made a big deal about it. And I forgot all about him until they're like, yeah, he's got a mullet too. And I was like, shit. And I looked up, I was like, it's that fucking kid from the mullet Facebook group. And I feel like his mom was more active in the group than him. I can't remember now. But they kicked him off the show. Wow. Luke Combs was like, man, it's a real shame what's happening out there. And then Lionel Richie's like, he just made a mistake. He's like, what mistake did he make? He didn't fucking wear... Like,
is Luke Combs on there, or you just added him in there?
I think he's on there. I think he's a judge. I think Lionel Richie is some country singer. One of the ridiculous...
Oh, is it Luke Bryan?
Luke Bryan.
They couldn't be more different.
Fucking whatever. But
can't wait till Renee hears that one.
I was already giving her shit about it last night. But yeah, they kicked him off the fucking show, and he's like, the kid was like, I'm so sorry, and I didn't know we were reenacting this thing, and that's no excuse. Like, no, that's a perfect excuse.
Is this it? Is this movie literally called Baghead? This is not what I was thinking of, but it's
no.
Oh, okay.
No,
This is what I was thinking of, but that's not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Yeah,
that is it. The
yeah.
Strangers. Okay.
I believe that's it. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip.
Oh, watch yourself with the music. I don't know.
And the thing is, too, is he did an original song for American Idol, and people were like, it was on the charts. That's fucking awesome, dude. He's like 16 years old, and to see him on the Facebook group and be like, damn, that guy's going pretty far. Let me see. His name's Caleb Kennedy, by the way. You couldn't get any more country singer. He's got the perfect fucking name for country singing. And I don't like country music, but I like his music. He's 16 now. But yeah, they kicked him off the fucking show. I'm trying to find his Snapchat. If they even have pictures of it. So the son has got... The worst part is he wasn't even the one wearing the hat thing. It was his friend. So here it is. That's the first part of the thing. And then that's the second part of it. That's the KKK, by far. That's obviously what it is. But he's saying it's from a scary movie.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah,
what's...
definitely what that is. I thought you were saying, like, oh, that's it. Sarcastic. That kind of looks like it.
What scary movie are you watching, first of all? But honestly, if it was a scary movie, okay, it's not your fault. But what... the only scary movie I know about that is, like, the Song of the South, or whatever the fucking that KKK movie is that they played in the White House. I think it was I don't know. That looks just too much like the KKK. That's not... looks nothing like the Strangers guy. It could be like...
We're watching Get Out.
Yeah, it could be Damage Control. But also, what the... do you know how much stupid shit I do currently? But mind you, when I was 12, 11 years old,
Mm-hmm.
makes you thank God social media wasn't around. There's some shit I see, like, Facebook's like, from 15 years ago, check it out. I'm like, what was I doing? I was an idiot. I don't think... but yeah, I feel bad for the kid. But this could be bigger for his career because American Idol's pretty much dead. When's the last time you seen one of those winners go on to do anything?
Yeah.
So this is probably bigger for his career than anything. But yeah, good luck, Caleb Kennedy. There's a lot of shitty country out there, and I could say, like, I knew that kid before he's posting in their mullet group, his music. I knew him. So, but stop fucking apologizing, because there's nothing to apologize about.
All right, I'm sorry.
Little bitch. Get your shit together. You and your mom need to get your shit together, Caleb.
Is he going to be listening to this?
Yes, he needs to quit being so fucking racist. Him and his friends out there with their hoods. I think that's just a bad excuse.
Yeah.
The horror movie. That looks nothing like Strangers. It was just a real scary movie. It's like the only person scared was black people. Nobody was scared in that movie except for the black people. Yeah, which I think I'm next. I'm next going to be on American Idol. They'll dig up all these.
I actually remember what I was going to talk about. I saw you release something on your YouTube channel. This shooting that happened in McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to lie, this might be a Ryan moment, but I actually never heard about that. If I did, then it completely skipped my mind. But what made you do that? Because it didn't seem like anything else you've done before, and it was only like a couple minutes. Usually your stuff's really long.
So I did it in college. When I was going to
really?
OSU. I made that video. But yeah, I did it because I was like, no, I haven't even fucking heard about this shooting. And it's
Really?
one of the
Okay.
craziest ones, too.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of the crime scene footage got leaked, too, because they were moving offices or something, and a box of evidence got left in an alley or something. I don't know. I don't quote me on that. You have to look it up. But supposedly a bunch of the crime scene photos got leaked. And yeah, it's a wild thing that you never really hear about. But you ever hear about the shooting, too, in the 80s from the reason the assault weapon or automatic weapon ban from Reagan happened? This guy just like pulled out like fully automatic weapons and shot up a playground. That's also another wild one no one talks about.
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't really.
Yeah, that's why Reagan was one of the most anti-gun presidents, more than Obama. I think Trump was even more anti-gun than Obama was.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on over here? Hold on, I like how you put it on silent, but for some reason your phone's like, yeah, we're still going to vibrate. Oh, I got 3 Snapchat videos from Peter. But yes, I made that in school and then just fixed a few things. The audio, that lady talking is his wife. Real eerie ass interview with her, but I really liked that. But since I made that video, a documentary came out about it.
I saw that when I was looking it up because
Mm-hmm.
I said I literally never heard of it. So I was like, I don't know if is this real? Is this like parody? What the hell is this? And I looked it up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you talked about her interview.
It also went viral on TikTok here
really?
recently. Yeah, someone must have been putting up true crime videos and talked about it.
Yeah.
But just the how much I loved McDonald's as a kid and think about the places and just if you look at the crime scene photos, there is so much blood. Just that contrast to those two things is just so weird to me. But McDonald's donated the land. They tore everything down, the city did, and made it into a beautiful memorial.
Yeah, because I think it said 21 people died and there was 25 injured.
Something like that.
I don't, even before all this nonsense, as in stuff shutting down and everything, I don't know if I've ever seen that many people in McDonald's before. And it didn't seem like it was like, well, it wasn't L.A. or New York or something. Was that? I don't know, maybe it was different. in the 80s or that was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that many people in a McDonald's before. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know how you find one with that many people in it.
And that was just a pure, like, he couldn't get mental help. He was, like, reaching out to people, trying to figure out, like, it's not saying, trying to justify it at all. He guy's a piece of shit. I hope he's burning in hell. But it's just weird, too, like, how they dealt with stuff, because the cops don't really have the same gear that they have today. And you could tell they don't really deal with that stuff, so they let the bodies lay. Like that little boy out on the sidewalk, they left his body out there for way too long without, like, putting a sheet on him or something. And he was just riding his bike by the McDonald's, I believe. Weird shooting that no one talks about.
Yeah, which is odd with how much everything else talks about. That's why I didn't know if it was fake or not when I saw it, because something like Columbine or something. That's one of the ones that's talked about the most, because known as like the first, but obviously not. And I didn't think that was literally the first, but I'm saying I feel like some
school shooting
you'd
probably
hear about that. Yeah. But you were talking about her interview. Something I feel like I noticed before, but I didn't really think about till that video, is why does everything sound so different from the 80s? I know audio is compressed and the files aren't as good and everything, but I feel like people literally talk differently. Like the tone in girls' voice and guys, like the inflection and everything is completely different.
Maybe.
I know if you go back like hundreds of years, we literally don't talk the same as we used to, but it'd be weird to think about speech changing that much in that relatively short amount of time.
Did I ever send you that clip of they had in the 40s, they were trying to preserve so much stuff from the Civil War?
No.
And they had done interviews with, it may have been the 30s, done interviews with Civil War veterans.
Mm-mm.
Weirdest thing in the world to hear someone's voice from that fought in the Civil War. This kid was like 15 or 16 when the war started or something. But just how different. Like the way he referred to Abraham Lincoln, he referred to him like we would be talking about Donald Trump or something. Because he was there for it. He like literally like called him Abe or something. And just this weird. But yeah, he had a different voice too. He's also really fucking racist, but product of your time, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think his dad owned slaves, and he's like, I grew up with them. They were my friends. The N-words and stuff. You're like, what the fuck? But he's a Confederate soldier. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. I don't know. I have to go back and listen, think about it.
Yeah,
also, that woman was just insane.
Yeah.
I think she was crazy herself. If my husband came and woke me up from a nap and was like, I'm going to go hunt people. Just, okay, see you later. Have fun. What the fuck? Like, so many things could have stopped that shooting.
And fucking tweet about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Idiot.
You Snapchat it to your local police department. Well, thanks for watching it, man.
Jesus. As I smack into the mic. Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah. Your stuff's usually longer, so I was waiting for it. I was like, I mean, it's like a trailer or something because it's so quick. Well, obviously, I told you that kind of stuff, it's hard to watch. I don't really like it, but at the same time, it's kind of like a train wreck. But So the crime scene, I'm sure it'd be interesting, but I don't know if I can do it. Maybe if I want to see, probably look it up and I kind of look away.
Yeah. It's a lot of blood. The one satisfying thing is the SWAT sniper that took him out. It's a pretty clean Kyle. A pretty clean hit. Wish we'd have done it way sooner, though. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would probably make a longer video, but I feel like probably just watch them much better.
Yeah. I hear you. The only other thing that I've been up to was, me and a big group of friends went to a bowling alley, and then...
Whoa, throwback.
Yeah, and then, not really throwback for this next thing, for me at least, but we played beach volleyball there. Throwback for a lot of people. I've never played beach volleyball in my life. And actually, as I started to play, I realized I've never truly played volleyball. I've like grabbed one, like hit over the net, and like messed around with friends before. But I've never played, and it was very evident I was so fucking bad. It was a lot of fun, but there were people that you could tell played in my school and stuff playing with us.
I was going to say, that's how I know you're homeschooled. You had to play volleyball.
Well, I feel like some of these people are definitely like on a team as well, like actual volleyball team at school. Because they were spiking and doing all this crazy shit, and I was just falling on my back. It was a ton of fun, though. And then by the end, I got not as good as them, but I was actually doing decent. It made me actually feel like, man, this would be fun to get a group of us to go where we all know each other. I feel like some of our friends would be too worried about looking stupid or what you do or whatever. And some of the people I was with were like that. I feel like they were probably judging me. I took my shirt off and I just played into it. And also, I think it's way more comfortable because if you're laying in sand, I don't want my shirt covered with fucking sand all night. But I just played into it and I was like, I want to do good, but the fact that I'm missing and like looking like an idiot is just fun to me. I feel like I was talking to one of my friends at work. I feel like you guys always talk about how I'm just always energetic and always in a good mood and always do stuff. I feel like not you or not even anybody in our friend group in particular. I just feel like people in general are so worried about what people think and trying to fit in or trying to look cool that they're worried about looking stupid or doing something.
Yeah.
That you miss out on having so much fun. Like I said, I went out there, and to most people, I probably embarrassed myself. I took off my shirt. I'm not worried about my body type. I'm sure some people were like, what, this guy thinks he's muscular or something, or like judging that. And I went out there, I was missing balls and diving and looked like a fucking idiot.
Weren't the only balls you were missing.
Hey. And I'm sure people are judging that, but I had so much more fun, and there's like some people in our friend group that are like commenting on it and just sitting on the sideline. And I realized later, I was like, I feel like those kind of people, me and him were talking, that kind of people that get bullied in school and then they need to try and play it cool and are so worried about trying to always do the right thing and always trying to look cool.
Do the right thing.
That they miss on actually having fun.
Do it all the time.
Not worried about what other people think. Not that I'm perfect. I definitely have my moments like, oh God, I'm probably an idiot or shouldn't have done this. But in general, I feel like if you just
I have those feelings is when I'm done with this podcast and listen back to the episode.
You just gotta be proud of what you say. Then you gotta be confident in it.
Oh, I am. Trust me. Just beaming confidence.
But that's all I've been up to. So we can talk about things we forgot about from the weeks before. Do you have anything?
No, I can tell you're homeschooled though, because that was like a game you had to play in fucking high school.
Yeah, I never really thought about it until I started playing. I was like, I've hit the ball a few times, like weird mess around, but I never actually played a game of volleyball, which was weird to think about.
Yeah, our high school is a little different just because a lot of international students went to the college. So volleyball and soccer were our two best sports in our high school. Our football team was trash. Everything else was trash. But our volleyball team and soccer team, like our soccer team won states like 3 years out of the 4, and volleyball team was always really good. So that's just weird to think somebody wasn't involved with it. Or yeah, I couldn't imagine play. In high school, they played on a basketball court too.
Yeah, that's what most people.
Fucking pads, and you fall on that floor. So I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I would have. My head probably been broken open. But I know that's how most people play. But that's why I think beach volleyball, it's definitely not as easy because you it's almost like quicksand where you're like trying to get to the ball and like sinking in. But it's definitely way more forgiving and you can kind of just go wild because if you land in it, it's so soft that you can just jump right back up. A little uncomfortable because, as Anakin talks about the sand, we all know it's rough and coarse,
Oh, yeah.
Kill the sand people, you know what I'm saying? That's probably going to get us canceled if people won't know what that means.
That's right. The women and the children. Fucking got recruited by Israel. You're doing a great job, man. Want to come join us?
I actually don't have anything from the weeks before either, and we can move into questions, question, or feedback. Do you have anything there?
No.
Okay, I just have one thing. When I was talking about the free games for Xbox, I got another date wrong. Good old Dungeons 3, which is the most generic name ever. I said the last date you could get it is May 31st, but it's June 6th or June 15th. And then we don't actually have a question of the week this week from James or anybody else. He said he's going to try and do it every other week now. Cause he said
just realized the mic's down.
Yeah, you're double micing. But he said he's running out of ideas. So even more opportunity for any of you guys sending emails. And they can be as ridiculous as you want. They don't have to be gamer related. Ryan, right now is a prime time to give the fans what they want. I think you said like a month ago that it'll be back next week. And James that's probably why he stopped writing emails. He's depressed that Ryan's not doing it with him.
I think he's into coffee roasting now. He sent me a Snapchat of the coffee roaster today. So he's a busy man.
Damn. Danielle got that too. I guess I didn't get it. I thought
Renee
was
got
her.
it too, buddy.
Oh, I'm off the list.
You're not there
And
anymore.
he even Made stole my material. I heard he put roasted and toasted. That's my line.
He did say roasted and toasted.
Wow. Classic.
I like how Renee also asked for vacuum advice, and he like sent her tons and tons of info, and
Did he separately?
yeah, because I was
Okay.
like, man, he's ignoring you.
Oh,
He
man.
fucking dissed you. But he offered one that was $1,000. He said, this is probably the one I'd get.
What brand was it? Do you know?
No idea. But
really-
he shit all over the one that I picked.
I really wanted to see if I could just start an argument in 2 seconds in that chat. I want to be like, get a Dyson Renee and see if these went wild, but I didn't know if that's a brand he likes or not.
We chose Shark. It was up there on the I get why you use a bagged one, but the bagged ones are so expensive. So fucking expensive compared to not bagless.
Yeah.
And I get that you like want a vacuum that's going to last you a long time, but the vacuum we had before this has lasted Renee like 7 years. It went out pretty dramatic too. Made a loud noise, she said, and started stinking and smoking.
Oh, this reminded me of the Brave Little Toaster.
Oh yeah, wasn't the vacuum a bad guy in that though?
Yeah, I think it's when he started dying though, or when he was failing.
Spoilers.
Yep. Sorry. It's a fantastic movie. I feel like Ryan hasn't seen that movie.
But
Watched it.
Ryan, we do own a bagged one, but Renee wants me to sell it. But I love it so much. I bought it at a thrift store. It's beautiful.
Well, if you guys have any corrections, questions, or feedback, Ryan, if you want to get back to your emails, anybody else want to send any in, you can send to currentbackloggers@gmail.com. And then before we get into the news, I'd like to talk about when you were talking about that Civil War footage. Did you hear what Pornhub announced they're doing?
Once they did the bombing of the videos, I tried to stay off that fucking website. So many good videos gone.
Well, this isn't just trying to cover my bases. I just saw this on Facebook. They are remastering the first porno and making it
Really?
into 4K and digital and what it would look in modern days. That sounds like that might actually be interesting to watch aside from the obvious reason you should watch that stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Are they going to be like what Peter Jackson did for that World War I footage? They're going to add in audio.
Oh God, I hope so.
Because you know how they did like study language
Yeah.
and try to guess what they were saying in that moment and try to get people with similar accents and inflection.
Yeah.
Oh yes, fill me
What
up.
to do a viewing party for? Oh Jesus.
What?
What to do a viewing party for it?
I'd be down.
Probably.
It's probably so softcore. It's probably shit you could have on television.
Maybe it's totally opposite. Maybe
Pro-
they couldn't do anymore.
It's probably a woman just put her like leg down and then just showed her ankle, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" All these guys in the early 1900s are just blowing low. It's like, "Dude, you see your fucking ankle?"
I know we only have a couple news stories, but you want to get into that guy?
What if it's real hardcore, just craziness?
Guess we'll see soon, huh?
Yeah, I kind of want to Google it now. How do they know it's the first one?
I don't know.
I like how let's see. xnxx.com because we don't use Pornhub anymore. That is definitely. Damn it. You know what happens when you type that in?
What's that?
Actresses' first porn. Like, oh, these innocent girls that their car broke down. Kill me.
Oh, we should get AAA.
Yeah, I need AAA. Oh, sorry, we only have triple D. Let me switch over here to the current backloggers. News from IGN. The ESA has confirmed that games from... So you were talking about people from before having different voices? That's a great example. The 1940s news.
Before you keep reading that.
Mhm. Oh, it just updated.
Oh, okay. No, that's I actually thought about that. 40s and 50s, yeah, they're totally different.
I did hear the reason the actors and that stuff sounded different is because they were so used to stage performances, and that's why they sounded weird. But
I actually really like that. I can't imagine just hearing all news like that. I think I'd lose my fucking mind.
could you imagine today's news too?
Yeah. Non-binary.
The cookies were diet. She was highly upset. Oh my God.
And then she tweeted. Imagine them like reading emojis and shit.
Chrissy Teigen canceled? This one's from Games Radar. Warner Bros. Games will reportedly be split up as part of a new Discovery and Warner Media merger. AT&T is selling off its Warner Media division from a standalone merged company with Discovery, but the fate of Warner Bros. Games Studios is still unknown. There was no mention of Warner Bros. Games in the official press release posted by AT&T, which announced the merger. IGN's Julia Alexander has since reported on the news, stating that the sale will include some of Warner Bros. Interactive Warner Bros. Games. Jesus Christ.
Every time you say Warner Bros,
Bang Bros?
I was gonna say, yeah, we were talking about porn. Now my mind's just. It's such an innocent company, but it sounds so dirty all of a sudden.
That was one of the sites I visited, like my first site I would go to a lot, because they had the longest ads. You know, before you had to pay a subscription, you used to watch a trailer for each one. So they had the longest ones. So I like going there. So what does this all mean for Warner Bros. Games? For now, we're not sure just yet. But if these rumors are true, then the studio could be being split into two or more separate entities. Yeah, you're right. Talking about all that porn now, just all these words like being split into two. Jeez, that sounds like a title of a Bang Bros video. They always had the worst titles. Hold on, I gotta add a story to things we shouldn't tell. I just remembered something from high school.
Yeah, we should do one of those soon, maybe at the end of the month. Maybe a little bit.
The stories I have in here. What in the hell?
Oh my god.
So here we go. You want to hear my notes for stories we shouldn't tell or whatever?
If you think it won't spoil any of yours, go for it. I know mine would.
Strip club. Applebee's Slim Jim. Doug Benson prostitute. Couple murdered. Camel toe vaccine coworker. Mom porn titles. If I ever die and they're like looking through my phone, when they get to that, that's really going to throw them for a loop. How confused are they going to be? Coworker vaccine camel toe. If these teams are going to be split in half, then it'll be interesting to see who goes where. Oh, shit. The Discovery Warner Bros. Merger is all about building one giant company dedicated to streaming and media content, with Discovery picking up the likes of HBO Max, CNN, TNT, and DC Comics in the purchase. That's weird. Discovery is going to own DC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is another reboot of the DC Comics stuff. Almost every game that Warner Bros. Game Studios make is linked to a major TV, movie, or comic franchise, so they could all be great assets for this new company. Rocksteady is heavily linked with the Batman franchises. Oh, sorry, it's a long one. Thanks to the Arkham games and upcoming Gotham Knights, so it makes sense for Discovery to snap them up alongside DC Comics. Likewise, NetherRealm is the team behind fighting game franchises Mortal Kombat, which has just had a major movie release on HBO Max. So it sounds like they're just also going to buy the games. Why wouldn't they? It seems unlikely that AT&T is looking to hang on to Warner Bros. Games in any capacity, given that it was reportedly trying to sell off the gaming division last year. Take-Two, Electronic Arts, and Activision Blizzard were among the interested parties last year, so it's possible that some of the WB studios could end up being sold off to other gaming publishers too.
I hope you're right about that, because we've talked about this a few times on here, because as it talked about, there's multiple giant game companies or publishers that were in talks of buying them, which we were curious about. But I remember Colin talking about and other people talking about, if that happened, if a sale went through, then usually when that happens, products that are still being made a lot of times will get canceled. So if that happens, that'd fucking suck. I know you wouldn't care, but Hogwarts Legacy would be in there, and that one for sure.
Oh no.
So he said, and other people said, when sales like that happen, that's usually stuff that doesn't make it. So I really fucking hope that's not the case.
Lucas Games?
Yeah.
LucasArts. Hold on, I got something in my fucking eye, dude.
So I don't know. I think it's weird if,
What the hell's in my eye?
because I think last time we talked about it, they said they weren't going to sell, and that's why all the news went away and the rumors went away. So I don't know if they were going to do this. I don't know why they didn't sell to one of these companies and I imagine make a shitload more money.
Yeah, if you're selling off all that shit, why hold on to that? Oh, the mic just fell. Okay, whatever's in my eye is gone. So this one's from Engadget. Now that the streaming video race is about as crowded as it can get, what can Amazon do to lock up more exclusive content? According to rumors reported that the Information, Variety, and the New York Times, it's considering spending as much as $9 billion to buy MGM, which has come with a hold on, Andrew's calling me. I don't know why he's calling me. It's considering spending as much as $9 billion to buy MGM, which comes with a film library that includes franchises like James Bond, The Hobbit, Stargate, RoboCop, plus thousands of other movies. MGM also bought full ownership of the Epix channel in 2017. Epix channel in 2017. Last week, Amazon announced that a former executive, Jake Blackburn, would return to the company to oversee businesses including Amazon Studios and Twitch. And the thinking is that part of the reason for the move is the opportunity to manage MGM's library. The rumors dates back to a report from Forbes in January, although all sides say the deal isn't done yet. This reminds me, Amazon made an announcement that they're like the Lord of the Rings series we're working on, that they're dropping so much money in. In a nice way, they basically said we're trying to lean towards grabbing the Chinese audience with this as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Which usually, for me, is a good thing because it means epic big battles with monsters. And I feel like Monster Hunter was really geared towards Chinese. And I like it. I remember the first big Chinese film. It was like this village with the monsters coming up and eating shit. It was just so ridiculous, and I loved it as well. So I think that's a good thing. As long as that means like you're not changing your politics and shit up to match whatever the CCP wants you to say.
I was going to say, Lord of the Rings is a good product for that, though, because there's no people of color in Lord of the Rings. And in China, they're not a big fan of that, as you probably...
Yeah. You got a black lead. You better take it off the poster. Can we go ahead and take him off there? Yeah, put a spaceship in front of his face.
Yeah, and people talk about how racist America is, but...
Oh, the Chinese will do it, too. They're like teaming up with Iran and North Korea, signing all these things like, oh, we're not dealing with America until they get police brutality under control. China has mobile execution centers. I think you should have more shit to worry about. Iran's throwing gay people off top of buildings. I think we're okay. We're not doing that yet.
Oh,
They would That's right. North Korea, they just put a bullet in your head.
This announcement, $9 billion sounds like shitload. Also, Amazon, that's a drop in the bucket, which is crazier than $9 billion is a drop in the bucket, but for them it is. And I think even if MGM's not worth that, just to get that name for somebody like Amazon, it's probably worth it. Just be like, yeah, we fucking acquired MGM. And it's crazy to think how much Amazon has now. Like, I forgot till you said Twitch that they own Twitch, and I know Twitch is not even close to the biggest thing for Amazon. I just feel like there's so many products that they own that people don't think about. Kind of like Disney owning ESPN, ABC, and all this stuff that when people are like, I'm boycotting Disney, then they'll go watch their Sports Center and ESPN games and ABC for news. And it's just kind of crazy to think how much they own.
They, Amazon Prime comes with free games. Mm-hmm. It has been a while since I've been interested in one of those. I think what's funny to think about, I think the movie I'm thinking of, that first Chinese movie that made the jump, the leap, must have been like 2013. All my friends had just started college. I think it was literally called Monster Hunt, which is funny because of Monster Hunter.
It's like the Asylum version.
God, I can't think of the name of the movie, but I think it was Monster Hunt. Keeps changing it to, but the Amazon games, they need to spend some money on that if you want me to get excited about that instead of It's mainly been just unheard of indie games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. That's all I had in there. News was super light this week, so unless you have anything, we can move on.
No, I don't have any news.
All right, we can get into media pickups. You have anything there?
Yes, I finally tracked something down that I should have bought years ago when I had the chance. But Puppeteer,
I saw you posted about that.
I got a copy. It was disc only. A newer eBayer didn't realize you don't end your bidding at 3 a.m. because most people are sleeping. They're not going to wake up before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm awake. I work nights, so I was at work, and I just waited for it and bid at the last second. Got it for disc only copy for $23.
Nice.
To put that in perspective, like a disc copy is like 90 to 120. A complete copy. And there's a game on PS3 called Africa that I want to play. I loved Sim Safari as a kid, and it seems similar, but you can't buy digital. And the US version, I saw one bid up last night to 120, but they usually sell for like all the ones on there like $200, $250. But the Japanese copies are like $20, and you can play backwards, or it's region free. PS3 is. I could just switch it to English.
Okay.
So I think it's someone track that down. But that's the only thing I have is Puppeteer.
I gotcha. I only have one pickup as well. I think this is 2 weeks in a row, though, after almost never having pickups. And I got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is just all three of the Mass Effects, well, not including Andromeda, remastered in one package. And should I tell the story I told you? Maybe I should just wait for the podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was at work, and Danielle, my girlfriend, tried to get it for me, and went to Walmart and Target, and neither of them had it. It was the day it came out, and it's called Legendary Edition, but that's the name of it. It's not because it's a collector's edition or hard to find. That's just what the base game is called, so it shouldn't be anything hard to find. But she couldn't find it either of those places on release day. So then the next day, I go to Best Buy, get it actually in between Uber Eating. I just stopped. That's the nice part about it. You can just stop whenever. It's not like a regular job, obviously. And went in there, and it was super depressing. I went there because I could have got on Amazon, I think $10 cheaper even. But I don't buy games much to begin with, and I want to be able to support physical stores. Not that my $60 is going to make the difference, just here and there I'd like to. So I was going to go to GameStop. I was like, GameStop seems to be doing better than Best Buy these days.
Is it okay if we use the restroom? I'm about to fucking burst since I already heard this story, too.
No, you're good. So GameStop seems to be doing better than Best Buy, which is weird to think about. So I went to Best Buy instead. Now I feel like I'm talking to a ghost, and because I'm still looking here.
You know how Ryan felt.
Yeah. But I go in there, and all the game section, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Here, I'll always turn to you. Maybe that's a little better, because it literally just looks like I'm a psycho. So I go in there, and all the game sections are like half empty. And it doesn't look unorganized, just looks empty. And I'm like, this looks sad. What is happening? I don't see Mass Effect anywhere. I look in the new release section. Only Pokemon Snap is there. Ironically enough, the game I got, I think, last week. So this guy's like, hey, can I help you find anything? Super awkward guy. And I'm like, yeah, do you have the Mass Effect Legendary Edition? What was it? Do you have the Mass Effect just came out yesterday? What was it? And this dude's younger than me, but not super young. Probably like 25, so right in the demographic where you think you'd understand it. And I was like, Mass Effect? Okay. I'll look it up. I don't think we're going to have that. What the hell? What planet am I on? Which is ironic if you know Mass Effect. And then he looks up in the system. Oh, yeah, it says we have an inventory, so I'll go check in the back for you. And he goes back there. Yeah, man, we don't got it. Sorry. Oh. Let's go check the game section, though. And I know how this is going to go because I just went there. But I go over there. I go along with this, play dumb. Yeah, not there. Yeah, so we don't got it, man. Sorry. And I'm like, didn't you say it was inventory though? He's like, And he starts walking away. And I'm like, what the hell? So I follow him, and he's like, let's check the new release section. I already checked that. Only Pokemon Snap was there. So I play dumb. I go on. Like, yep, not there. So we don't have it. He's like, actually, he starts wandering away again. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Then we go over to the movie section for some reason. At this point, I thought he was just dressed up as Best Buy employee, and there's a camera somewhere. And we go over there. He literally starts pulling through the movie. He's looking at him like he's going to find this video game. And then he's like, yep, we don't got it, man. Sorry. And so then I'm like, oh, okay. And then he finds somebody else. And he's like, hey, do you have the Mass Effect? And they go back there. And then he's like, hey, man, we got it. And comes out with it. And I didn't tell you. But he also was like, I think this comes with it. And it's a really cool steel collector's case. And I don't think it came with it. It cost $20.
So, yeah, it's usually extra.
Yeah. But he rang it up and, yep, comes with it, man. And I was like, okay. And I was telling them how awkward he was. I didn't tell you this part either. I was ringing out. And, yeah, I was supposed to be off 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, no, you're good, bro. I think he's being passive aggressive.
Why would you ring it up then? If
I was like, what the fuck? What is this?
If you knew how to do your job when you looked in the back, this would have been over 20 minutes ago. The fuck's this got to do with me?
But that's my only pickup. So you can
Don't worry, Best Buy's doing real well. You'll be off for a long time here pretty soon. Be laid off like everybody else.
What have you been playing, Guy? You playing Puppeteer?
I started it, got through the intro just to make sure the disc works, as you do on eBay, but that's the extent of it.
Okay.
Yeah, always test your eBay games. I never, because people usually sell in there. They don't, because no one has these consoles laying around to test them, so always test them. Fortunately, PS3 is Blu-ray. Those things are pretty fucking bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Warzone. There's a new update coming out today. It's pretty cool. It's been my favorite update so far. It's 80s action movie. It's not out yet, so I haven't played it, but I've been playing Warzone, getting ready for it. They're adding the Nakatomi Tower, I think is how you say it, to the game. You get Rambo, First Blood Rambo, and Die Hard 1, John McClane, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
John McClane?
John McCain.
John, that'd be better.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
But yeah, Derek's keeping me updated on those. But yeah, so just getting ready for that update. It's halfway through the season right now. About halfway through my season pass, so I need to get down like another 20 levels in there so I can get the next season pass for free. To continue this train of free season passes. There is a rumor, I don't know, I haven't looked up updates on it or looked into it myself. Derek was telling me they're going to release all of the skins from Modern Warfare. Like anything you could have bought on Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all in one bundle. How much do you think they'd charge for something like that? All the skin from the Modern Warfare, so you know all the skins were in there, the charms, all of that shit.
$49.99.
$100.
Oh Jesus!
It is a lot of content. If you would have bought all that stuff by itself, it'd have been way more. But $100 for fashion show dress up.
I was gonna say it's a lot of content, but all cosmetic, which I already think is. I don't pay for
and
it.
I'd be lying to you if I'm not considering it.
Oh my god!
Because there's some cool ones. The first pack ever was for Ronan, that YouTuber.
Ronan Atwood.
No, Ronin.
That's what I said. Ronan Atwood.
Oh Jesus Christ! Don't you compare that hero to fucking Roman Atwood? Just kidding. I like Roman. He's okay. But I always wanted his pack, and real sad I never bought it. I'd considered it so much. But it was an early pack, and he's got like a samurai alternative in there, but you have to have his skin to unlock the samurai ones. So I'd be lying to you if I didn't consider it. But $100 is nutty.
Yeah.
But then I think about how much time I spend in Warzone, and I have no problem dropping that type of money on games that I just put on a shelf. So I'm like, why not? Why not? You do with all this other stuff, Cody. but I can't do it. It's $100 for dress up. You're gonna try and explain it to someone that doesn't play. You know video games, and it's hard to even explain it to you. But yeah, I gotta put $100 into this game. Oh, to play it? No, basically, my guy, he needs a shirt. This has got a cool shirt on it. And then all my guns, like, oh, is it for a gun? No, you sell the same guns. You put a little ring on it. See a little necklace? I just put a necklace on my gun. What do you think? So it's hard to justify, but I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't considering it.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
That's right, buddy.
Okay, that's all you've been playing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, before I get into what I've been playing, there's a couple of YouTube comments that are relevant things we talked about in here that I feel like I don't bring up these enough. I usually just reply to them. But we asked James what his dream job would be, and kind of guessed it right. He said he'd be a tester for any Mass Effect, and then he said he plays the trilogies so much that replaying something over and over doesn't really bother him, which I believe it for him. Like I said, I think that would be a fucking nightmare for me and make me hate even my favorite game.
Oh, same.
But I believe him. I feel like a lot of people say that, and you're like, that's not true. Kind of like the argument people make with pizza. I'm like, no, I wouldn't get sick of it. No, trust me, you would. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. That's what I do every day. So there is certain things for certain people that I think does just fit them. So I believe James with that one.
And you said a specific game, too, so that helps.
And then Trevor was asking me, I don't know if I didn't say it. I told him it's possible I didn't say it, even like some of the things we jokingly argued about in here. I'm like, I definitely said it. I feel like I think things in my head before I say it, so then I talk, and then in my head I said it, and then come back and listen. I'm like, I totally didn't say that. But it was when I was telling the story about North Carolina and the whole gas situation. He asked me if I ever got my refund. I thought I said right after that I hung it up and I did get my $40 back, but maybe I didn't. So
yeah, dude, I don't know what you didn't have to listen to the guy. He's just wanted you to hang it up. I don't understand what you didn't understand about that.
Bro, just hang it up.
I mean, it would have been easier just to tell you, like, yeah, as soon as you hang it up, that's when the system recognizes it. Been 10 times easier than being like, bro, I don't know what you understand. Like, God damn. Fucking people are the worst. But yeah, I don't think you did, because I was thinking about that too. I was like, wonder if you ever got that.
Yeah, see, I need to start slowing down when I'm talking, because in my head, I'm like, yeah, I explained it. But
today I was explaining to Renee why our refrigerator is full of blue Pepsi. But I can't drink it because it's so much calories, but I'm storing it, saving it. I was like, but so it hasn't been out since 2004, and it tastes like blue Pepsi. She's like, I know, I listen to the podcast. So it's kind of cool. It keeps her updated on everything, and she's not questioning why the fucking half of our fridge is blue Pepsi right now. This shit's almost 300 calories a bottle, dude.
Just don't wait 3 years to try. It's not as good.
That's right.
I can tell you.
That's right.
Firsthand. It's funny you brought that up. I feel like a marketer for things I like at work. You guys tried Pepsi Blue yet? What the hell's that? And I just keep going around telling people, so it's gone at the end of this month. You better get it fast. And I feel like part of me is marketing. I want to know what people think. But I'm also like, the better it sells, more chance of them bringing it back or making it permanent, which is what I need.
I told you just hanging out with all my dads. We were in Akron. That's when I got most of my blue Pepsi. From that guy was so ridiculous, man. Did I tell you he was playing card games on his iPad?
Yeah.
Had his headset in talking to somebody while checking me out. Dude's got some ADHD or something he's trying to keep under wraps. But I was like, yeah, so it has been around since I was like 11 or 12 years old. I think it was 12 years old. And it was in 2004. And they're like, damn, you're making us feel old, man. Because I was like, think about it. 2004 is, what is that, 17 years ago now?
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Got a question for you, though. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to wait. Just remind me, say, Cody, you had a question for me when we got to things we've been watching.
Okay.
Is that next?
Yeah, I was going to say I'll get through my games so we can get there, because I've only been playing 2 games, and both games I purchased recently.
Okay.
So new Pokemon Snap. I still haven't put enough time in either of these games. I'm having more fun with Pokemon Snap and liking it the more I play, but I don't know if I'm ever going to feel, I know it sounds tacky, but the magic I felt with Pokemon Snap, and I think that's what I wanted. And that was my biggest worry, is no more complex and make it, which is not that complex of a game. But we talked about Pokemon Snap and how it's simple but kind of hard to master, kind of like what makes really old school games good, like Pac-Man, those kind of games. I feel like this one has a lot more features that makes me worry, and then as I talked about all the insane amount of Pokemon that I'm not like, oh my god, it's that one. I'm like, what the fuck's that thing? But I'm having more fun with it and gotta put more time into it. And then I started Mass Effect Legendary Edition, started with Mass Effect 1, of course, and only am a couple hours in, which is fucking nothing in one Mass Effect game, little in the trilogy. So, need to put a lot more time into both those.
I did get your videos. Looks like you spent a lot of time in the strip club.
No, actually, I walked into that as we were talking. It was perfect timing.
Because you're sending me audio clips at the same time. I wonder what was going on because I heard the sexy music and then like, and I just heard a woman go.
Yeah, that whole scene it's so awkward. It's I guess true to life to what those things are. Those people are just awkwardly sitting there and watching them and walk by them. And
yeah, that's one of my stories on things you shouldn't tell. The first and only time I've been to a strip club was one of the weirdest moments of my life.
Let us know what you guys have been playing in the comments and what have you been watching so you can start.
Lost.
Okay.
I didn't realize I lied to you last time. Hulu does weird shit with the episodes.
Oh,
so
I know. That's when I kept updating, when we were all trying to stay updated, and I'd post stuff on Facebook, and then usually with Renee correcting me, I was like, I know I looked this up. How am I looking this wrong?
Yeah.
And I finally figured it out somewhat recently, a little too late, obviously. I was like, oh, now it makes so much more sense.
So now I'm 4 episodes left in the season.
Okay.
Of the whole series. But when I look up people's IMDb's, like Garcia, George Garcia?
Jorge.
Jorge?
Yeah. Racist.
Jorge Garcia. Hurley. It has like mini-sodes and like little offshoot Lost things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like something after Lost that they've filmed.
Yeah.
Is that stuff that's on Hulu or stuff that I'm just missing?
It's not on Hulu now.
Okay.
It's on Blu-ray sets I have if you want to watch them later. I won't say what they are or anything until you finish it. But
okay.
Yeah, they're on there if you want to see them. And if you end up liking them by the end, there's so much bonus features and behind-the-scenes stuff, and a lot of it's super interesting. That's where I told you I figured out that all like the crazy-ass weather that seems unbelievable in that show, where you're like, oh, I'm sure the rain just started there. It's all real because it's in Hawaii, so it'd be like the perfect sunniest day, and it just looks like a hurricane coming through. Yeah. And usually, like I said, when you're watching stuff like that, you're like, oh, I'm sure that's what happened. So it's kind of cool that stuff's actually happening. There's more interesting stuff than just weather, but you get my point.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched all the bonus features? And
I've watched most of it. I actually want to go through watching with you guys. Maybe want to rewatch that stuff and see if I've seen everything or not. I've seen a lot of it, though, if not all.
But yeah, so Lost. That was my question. What are these mini-sode things? I think that's it, man.
Just that?
Yep, just Lost.
Really? Okay. I only watched 2 things this week. Like we talked about recently, the main things that the show's for is that the least thing we've done. But I saw Spiral, the new Saw movie. Got a group from work together again. Not as big as last time, but decent group. And I won't spoil it because you probably are going to watch it eventually. I think
Peter tried to spoil it for me too.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't do that. The only thing I'll say is I think it's a good movie. I think it's a really bad Saw movie, which I'm sad about because when before the trailer came out, I told you I heard about it and I was like, Samuel Jackson, Chris Rock, are you fucking shitting me? This movie's going to suck. And I saw a trailer and I was like, all right, this trailer was real promising.
Really? I didn't get that vibe. The way Chris Rock's delivery just seems so weird and unnatural in that trailer.
I was still worried about his acting. After watching it, there was a few other people that kind of stood out. Him and Samuel Jackson I didn't have any issue with. Besides, I don't really think this is his fault. More as like maybe the director or the cinematographer or something. They do this weird shot like 6 times where it's in like slow-mo and he's doing this fucking weird like smirk thing and kind of like he's smelling poop or something. And it just sticks on that face. I'm like, why did I like this shot so much? This is fucking awkward. And they do it like 6 times. But as far as his acting, I think he actually is really good in it. And I don't know. It's weird because I enjoyed the movie, but I don't think it's a very good Saw movie. And something that I really didn't like without spoiling it, they use the voiceover, like the creepy voice,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a different voice, and it's like they didn't try and mimic it, which I'm okay with, but they completely changed it, and it's kind of like laughable, not like, oh, it's kind of ominous and spooky. It's just fucking stupid. And I don't want to, even that, I'm kind of like, man, I don't want to say anything more. So once you watch it, we'll talk about it, because there are some things that I just don't know.
Yeah, pretty much you said what Peter said too. He said there's like something I want to say. It's not a spoiler, but it's kind of a spoiler that would sum it up well.
Okay, yeah, that's I think it's similar, and it's weird because I think the dude directed made the second and third one, so you'd think that he would understand it. I would get it if it was just like all new people coming in, oh, we just want to cash off this property, or even if they like the property, then maybe they don't understand it. But the fact they had somebody so directly involved, so high up in the project, I feel like it's weird that he missed so many things that are so integral to a Saw movie. Every time I say any word similar to that, I just think of that. It's a word that's supposed to sound so smart, just sounds so fucking stupid now. I did see another movie in theaters, though. The only other thing I watched, me and my dad went for another movie, and
Tom and Jerry 2.
quite the opposite. Something you mentioned last week. We saw Nobody.
Oh, what'd you think?
I actually loved it.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, and I didn't want to not see it, but there was nothing that kind of compelled me. I was like, it looks like it could be like a fun action movie. It's kind of looks generic. But it's definitely like John Wick, which I don't know if you saw. The writer of this is the writer of John Wick.
Oh,
so
I didn't.
Of all three of them.
That makes sense.
Talks of a crossover, which
I'd be so okay with that.
say it sounds dumb, but we'll see.
I think it fits really good with those two, though.
Yeah.
That's funny because somebody asked me, like, what do you think about it? I was like, it's so similar to that. I'll have to text and be like, bro, it's the same writer, and we might have a crossover. That's sick as shit.
Yeah, I did not expect to like this much. You know how I am with hanging out and finding an excuse to do things. I'll do pretty much anything to spend time with people. Especially
It's cute.
Especially in movies right now, I like seeing stuff, and then also it wasn't like something I was.
Yeah, I'm jonesing to go back right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk Renee into going tomorrow
Yeah, see.
to watch something.
You should do it.
Ed Helms' new one looks good.
I don't know if I've seen that.
It's like where he's like, is it Ed Helms? Hold on. Continued. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you.
But yeah, I did not expect to like it this much. The trailer didn't really do anything for me either way, but I loved it. I know you love Bob Odenkirk. I don't dislike him. I just always get a weird vibe from him. I haven't seen him in a whole lot of stuff, but I thought he fit this movie perfect. It is like John Wick, and John Wick is not that serious if you really know. Well, we'll say it's right at the beginning. It's about his dog getting killed, and he goes on a fucking rampage. So inherently, it's a little silly.
Understandable though.
Yeah. But it feels the tone's a lot more serious, not really like a joking movie. This movie, they say this in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, and I forgot about this. That's fucking over a cat bracelet is why this rampage starts, which is already great. But I think what makes it different than John Wick, which I enjoy John Wick. I still have only seen the first one. I need to change that. But what makes it different is the dark humor, since John Wick is more of a serious tone. And I think it's the thing I liked most about this was it was super dark and really gory, but then there's just like uncomfortable laughter the whole time too. And the reason I brought Bob Odenkirk is even not being the biggest fan of him, not disliking him, but not being a fan in particular and getting weird vibes. I think his tone fucking fit the movie perfectly. And I loved it. And I definitely did not know Christopher Lloyd was in this movie.
Oh, I thought I told you last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm losing it. I'm turning to Christopher Lloyd.
Maybe I didn't, though. It's possible.
No, you probably did. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have been a spoiler. I wouldn't have been mad if you told me, but I'm kind of glad you didn't, or I don't remember, because I was like, what the fuck is he doing in this movie? And I won't spoil it, but you know what scene I'm talking about with him. I was like, that's not how I thought that was going to go.
Were you sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, does Ryan like the John Wick movies?
I think so. This would be a great Ryan movie.
Yeah, I was going to say he loves what do you fucking call it? Breaking Bad. I almost said Breaking Benjamin.
Same thing.
And so I think he likes John Wick. So yeah, you should definitely see this, Ryan. That's why I won't spoil anything. But I just did not expect to like this much. The soundtrack was fucking awesome. There wasn't many things I was like, yeah, that's kind of stupid. Do you know who Michael Ironside is?
Sounds really familiar.
He's the voice of Sam Fisher, and he was in this movie. I don't know if he was a dude on the radio, because I know what he looks like, and I did not see him at all. But the dude on the radio did not sound like him, but I figured it had to be.
No, that was Rizzo, wasn't it?
Oh, was that him? The dude, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
And where was Michael Ironside? Because he was in it. I began to do like the text popping up, and I was, holy shit, he's in this? But I don't remember ever seeing him in the movie. And the fact they put him like in the opening, that tells you it's probably significant or like a big moment.
I always thought Rizzo was the guy on the radio, though.
It probably was, because I'm not trying to spoil it, but what happened later, that makes sense. And that's why I didn't think it was Michael Ironside, because it definitely sounded like a black dude. And I was like, there's no way he could use a different voice. I'm not gonna sound like Sam Fisher, but that voice was way too different. So he must have been somewhere else. I don't know where the fuck he's hiding. He's very stealthy. Maybe that's it. This is the Sam Fisher that people have been waiting for, and he's hiding in the movie.
He's in the background.
That'd be the most Ubisoft thing ever. Yeah, we brought him back.
I think he played someone called Eddie Williams in the movie.
I don't remember.
I literally can't find character guide.
Did you notice how all the license plates were from Ohio?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told my dad, I think that was a Ohio license plate. I really didn't notice. And the more I saw it, they all looked like that, and I looked it up, and they said that it was shot in Winnipeg, but all the cars had Ohio license plates on it, which I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then the bus, that main scene on the bus, you know?
Oh. He's, Michael Ironside's I wouldn't have recognized him from the photos I'm seeing on here. He looks familiar. I do kind of remember seeing him before, but I don't think I would recognize him either. He's his father-in-law. He's the one that he buys the...
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely not thought that was
He's
him.
gained some weight.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gained weight too. That's not a diss, but it's like...
It didn't sound anything like him either. Like I said, I didn't expect a Sam Fisher voice. I know that's not his real voice, but I thought I'd be like, oh, that's him. You can hear it in there.
It'd be cool if his father-in-law got involved.
Yeah.
That'd have been sick.
But the main bus scene, I guess that was, I didn't notice this. I figured out when I looked up the license plate thing to see if I was right about it. But I guess that's a Toledo bus system, like their what do you fucking call it, Coda here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know what all the Ohio stuff's about, since it was shot in Winnipeg and didn't seem to be set in Ohio.
Is Winnipeg north of us?
It's north. I don't know if it's directly north, though.
Well, it's in Canada, silly.
Yeah, that's what I said. So yeah, it's north, but I don't know if it's like directly above us. Because Toronto is, so I don't know.
It's not at all. It's like above Minneapolis.
That's what I was wondering.
It's like, it's above North Dakota. Why would you spend all that money to ship that shit there unless they wanted to be like, this is a small little town near Toledo.
Yeah. I don't know.
But what happened on that bus is exactly what I'd expect to happen on a Toledo bus. So that's believable.
Yeah. But no, I could use some more movies like that, even if they're not of that variety, just that much enjoyment.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I didn't know that it was the same writer as
I do remember
John Wick.
When I was looking up, I remember the trailers, I think, said that. I'm not gonna act like I knew that, but I feel like I remember seeing that. But that's all I've seen this week, so let us know what you've been watching in the comments. Have you been reading/listening to any books?
No.
I haven't either. I know I said this for multiple weeks, but I need to figure out what my next one's going to be. I think I got 6 credits now, so I need to use them up. We can get to the free games then. On 360, you have Tropico 4 till May 31st. Xbox One, you have Armello till May 31st, and Dungeons 3 till June 15th.
Just as generic, though.
Yeah. And then PlayStation have till May 31st on PS4. You have Battlefield 5 and Stranded Deep, and PS5 Wreckfest, Drive Hard, Die Last. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Fast Furious 9.
Magnets. The fuck.
I saw that trailer again when I saw the movie.
Unfortunately, I did too.
It's awesome. We should see it.
Definitely, man.
Talk about
that'd
just
be
enjoying
fun.
ourselves and having fun. That's a prime movie. You know, I was thinking I should text somebody from the grave and go, hey, man, I'll use this saying for you, my ride and die for these movies. Let's bring it back. Don't you remember there was one guy that was always with me for the dumbness? Like, yeah, the movies aren't good anymore. We know it. You should know it just by the fact I said text him from the grave.
Oh, Cabal.
Yeah. Remember he was
Forgot
always
his
about
name.
the dumbness with me seeing those movies?
Yeah, he also loved women pop music too. You guys are very similar in those departments.
Yeah, he liked some terrible women pop, though.
He'd probably lose his mind. You know, it's gonna be that close to Kesha. Get her to sign this. Tell her I love her.
Do you have any fake outrage this week?
Here's some real outrage.
That's
How the fuck do people enjoy Boots and Boys? How's that
It's a good song. I hate it. I think I like it.
I think that's the first thing I'm going to tell her, like, listen, you're a train wreck with Boots and Boys.
Well, since you don't care about people, I have some this week.
Oh, I have one too, actually.
Okay, well, you had your chance, so I'm going to go. I was listening to a podcast recently, and there was these two fucking white male bigots on there, and they were so ignorant and naive about people that are non-binary and pronouns that they tried to make it a point like they cared about this person and be like, yeah, she's non-binary, and I mean,
You laugh.
I just said she. Yes, I was trying to mock myself. All right, well, fake outrage is done. I failed.
You laugh, but Tim Heidecker and Vic Berger, who I used to really like, were hosting a live show. One time Sam Hyde called into these live shows. That was a fucking train wreck. But today their theme of their show was Joe Rogan says white males attacked, and they're just like, aren't white males attacked? And like making a big, just not even humorous, but it's very similar to what you just said. But in I used to be humorous land.
Did you still have some fake outrage? I wasn't really going to skip over yours. That'd be outrageous.
No, but I was trying to think.
Oh, so you lied. That's pretty outrageous.
I did go see, I forgot to tell you, put this on my thing. I went and saw Nick DiPaolo with my dad. Got to meet him.
Did we not talk about that last week? I might.
Did we?
I thought so. We've been saying so many.
No, I said I was going to.
Oh, okay. I was say we've been talking so much that.
Because we didn't do the show on Wednesdays, and the show was on Thursday.
I gotcha.
So yeah, I met him. He signed my DVDs. Super nice guy. I was kind of afraid because his stage presence, if someone talks or he'll just be talking about something like, yes, and then he'll just destroy them for even like trying to talk while I'm talking. Like, this could go one way or the other. And he's just like, what's up, man? Yeah, definitely. And signing shit. And, well, thank you, guys. And my dad has called into this podcast before and gotten into arguments with him. And they've had email exchanges. And he remembered my dad, which is even more awkward. I was like, oh, God. Dad, damn it. Dad, don't call into podcasts. Just talk to him as if you're there. Just don't call in. I still refuse to listen to that episode, by the way. I will not listen to that. Dad's like, I have it saved. My dad's proud of you. I could send you it. No, Dad, I'm not listening to that.
That's great.
So this is the fake outrage, so.
Okay.
So he made a joke. And it was something about black people. I forget exactly what it was. Something about, I think the joke was really insensitive. Something along the lines of he was at an IHOP and he was trying to watch his weight and he's been putting on muscle and, you know, just being really health conscious. And a black gentleman was there with his family, and they all had ordered waffles and then covered in syrup and put fried chicken on it. And he's like, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to go over and say something to him. So I said, he said to the black people as they're sitting at the table, "Are you sure it's the cops that are killing you guys?" And I thought it was one of the funniest fucking things I ever heard. And the way he set it up was way funnier. So then I was laughing so hard I was crying almost, and I had clapped a couple times while I was laughing. And he stopped the show and said, "Oh, is that Cleveland's KKK section?" So my outrage is towards myself, because if Nick DiPaolo is calling me racist, I think I'm actually really fucking racist. So I'm really outraged at myself for laughing at that humor or clapping at it and putting myself in a situation where possibly one of the most insensitive racist men to walk this planet calls me out on my racism.
I was gonna say, to do you a favor, I'm gonna edit this part out of the episode.
Okay. I appreciate that. It's dangerous.
Dangerous life in the streets.
Yeah. But yeah, that actually happened though. That whole situation. It's great.
Not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great show, man. It was kind of cool too, because they started the show off with they used to call themselves the Death Squad, as corny as that is, but all of these podcasts I listen to, like Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz, Coco Diaz, and Tim Dillon, they had all talked about hilarities, and Tim Dillon just filmed an episode of his podcast of hilarities, and to know how big, like, historical, like, I love Nick DiPaolo, but just being at that comedy place was nuts, because all the history and significance of it.
I hear you. Awesome.
Most of the waitresses too were like multicolored hair or black women, and I was like, how the fuck is he even having this stand up right now? I'd be cringing telling these jokes to these people. And then and then the one girl was wearing a mask, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Look at us, look, she's wearing the mask. I was like, I'm cringing. I can't imagine what these ladies are fucking thinking. It was great. Nick DiPaolo said I was the KKK section of Cleveland.
Isn't that just Cleveland? Got him.
Yep. I did get to see the Miles Garrett mural that he was there to present.
I'm sorry.
It's right by the House of the Blues.
The place went downhill since I've been there. That's unfortunate. Anything else you want to talk about this episode?
No.
I'm glad I brushed my hair. I told you before we started we're one day away from a year to the day of my hair growing. When we started this podcast, I was actually bald, remember? I shaved it completely off.
Did you shave it completely off a year ago, too?
Yeah. It was...
That's nuts how much it's grown
I
in
shaved
1 year.
it from completely bald to this.
You have nice hair, first. I know I said to you all the time, but it grows quick, too.
I said I was trying to make a commitment. I didn't know if I would stick to it, so I can't believe I did. But because there's no real reason for it, but to do it for at least a year. So tomorrow, hopefully by the time you're hearing this, but tomorrow from today will be a year, and we'll see. Maybe I'll keep going. Who knows?
Don't shave it off. Keep it going, buddy. Is this the longest it's ever been in your life?
No, definitely not. But the longest it's been since I'm probably 14. I used to, my parents would grow it past my shoulders. It'd be like 80s rocker hair.
Oh, that's beautiful. You need to keep going. God, yes, it's nice hair.
I can't imagine how long that would take. This taking an entire year to get here. I feel like it'd be like 3 more years to get to that point.
At least 2.
And then it could be that really awkward thing where I start balding and I have that really long, gross hair, but it's balding up on the top.
I like that even
like
more.
Gross strands down here.
I like that even more.
I would not. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nope.
No? As always, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at currentbacklog. And you can email any corrections, questions, or feedback to currentbackloggers@gmail.com.